What's up, YouTube? Yeah, it's recording. In this video, I'm going to be talking about Steven Montez, the quarterback for Colorado. He is going to be entering the 2020 NFL Draft, it seems like. I made a video on him in the past before this season. If I remember, I'll try to put the link to that video in the description of this one. But, yeah. Before we get into the film, we're going to be looking at Oregon, by the way. And just so you guys know, I do look at other film. I look at a lot more film than I show. I'm just not going to show you like 9 games of film. There's no point in doing that. This video would be 3 hours long if I did that, so I'm not bothering. Just going to show you some quick things from 1 to 3 games usually, just to kind of paint the picture of my thoughts. But first, we're going to get into some of his stats. I'm not really stat guy. No, pause. I'm not trying to get copyright problems. But, yeah, he does have some mobility to him. He's not super athletic, don't get it twisted, but he does have some mobility. His numbers, not the best. 2,000 yards, 63% completion percentage isn't bad, but 17 touchdowns to 10 picks, not fantastic. I think he needs to clean up the interceptions a little bit, and we'll kind of get into that. But right off the bat, yeah, like I said, we're going to be watching him versus Oregon today, and I do have timestamps so we can kind of get through this. And right away, it literally 1 second in to the video. Yeah. He's not the most accurate quarterback. He has a very good arm, and he's pretty mobile, but his accuracy is very inconsistent. And actually, decision-making. His receiver was already out of bounds and was very tight coverage. I don't think Colorado really lets him make decisions. I think they just kind of tell him a receiver to throw to. And I really cannot stand that. But let me go ahead and get into the next play here. Sorry for the noise in the background. Yeah. That just kind of shows a little bit of his arm strength. He didn't even have good mechanics on that throw. Like, look, his base was super thin. That's pretty much just all arm, and that's still a pretty good dart to the receiver. Like I said, he has arm strength in spades. He really does. He just needs to clean up his mechanics, which I think would really help his accuracy. But his mechanics are kind of ugly. But, you know, who am I? 250. There we go. Yeah, that just kind of shows it was not an accurate pass at all, and the receiver was also in double coverage, but it just shows off his arm strength a little bit because he does have it, and that's a little bit of touch too, the way he was arcing that, but it was just really inaccurate, and that's kind of the story for Steven Montez. Looking like the receiver is wanting a pass interference, but regardless, it's not a very accurate ball. I think I missed one a second ago. No. Did I mean to draw a 3 and drew a 2? I might have. Yeah. I meant to draw a 3 when I was writing the timestamp. I guess I accidentally drew a 2. Now, this is also a big problem with a lot of college players, a lot of college quarterbacks, is they like to play hero ball, and he is a quarterback that is like that, and I can't stand it. Colorado is a pretty bad team, especially in comparison to Steven. It's And sometimes he feels like he has to put him on his back. But look, he's getting pressured. He's having to throw this off his back foot. And this is only the second quarter, man. And you're trying to make this throw. Not only is it back foot, but it's tight coverage. And this ends up getting picked off in the end zone. You can't do that type of stuff. This is what gets Jameis Winston killed and so many others. You can't play hero ball in the NFL. It just doesn't work. I mean, Brett Favre could kind of do it because he's Brett Favre. But even then, look how many playoff games he lost because of bad decisions he made. You just can't do that. You're going to get your team killed 9 times out of 10. Yeah. Again, really shows off the arm strength, but the decision-making isn't great. He has a running back coming open in space, but they don't really let him. But he just throws this into double coverage. And of course, receiver's not going to catch that, but it does show his arm strength. But he threw that ball into double coverage and ends up getting picked off. He has some potential, but man, he just really needs to clean up some of this stuff. And I know it probably sounds like I'm hating on him. I'm not. I like Steven Montez. It's just kind of frustrating when he does have the arm strength. He has the mobility. He's shown flashes of accuracy. He just really needs to clean it up. And the accuracy you can kind of develop because you can see it's because of his mechanics, which means it's coachable to improve it. But the decision making sometimes is really bad. Again, decision making. He shouldn't have made that throw. Or at least, he's shown evidence of being able to throw it with some touch. If you're going to try to make that throw, try to use some more touch. Try to arc it over that defender. But, 5:51. This kind of shows off his mobility a little bit. Like I said, he's not super fast. I don't want any comparisons like Lamar Jackson, but he is big and he has some mobility to him. You just gonna kind of scramble for this. It's 3rd and 12, and he's able to pick it up. Now in the league, he might get caught from behind, to be fair. And also notice they are getting slaughtered by Oregon. But I don't look at the result of the game. I'm just looking at Steven Montez. I got one more thing I want to show you. It kind of shows what I've been talking about. Not the decision making. The arm. Because I want to end it on a good note. Now, his receiver doesn't catch that, but that's a fantastic throw. Like I said, the result of the game doesn't matter as far as I'm concerned when I'm watching film, but that is a gorgeous throw. But overall, I know it probably sounds like I was hating on him, but I'm not. I just got to be honest. Like I said, and as you've seen, he has a really strong arm. And he's got some mobility to him. He's shown some flashes of touch and accuracy. He just needs to become a lot more consistent with the accuracy. And I think if a coach gets a hold of him, it would have to be in the later rounds. Hopefully, with him being a little bit mobile and him having some good arm strength, hopefully he can impress at the combine, and it's enough to get him drafted. Because if he can get on a team with a decent quarterback coach, that they might be able to improve some of his throwing mechanics. Because it's not like some of these quarterbacks who have good mechanics, but they are just inaccurate. There's not a lot you can do as a coach. But this guy, I think you can improve his accuracy a little bit if you can fix his throwing mechanics. But his decision making is the biggest concern. That is the thing that you really need to clean up. It's the biggest concern for me. I wouldn't draft him in the early rounds. It would have to be in like the 5th round or later. Honestly, I do like him. I don't want it to sound like I'm hating on him, because I'm not. Because I do like Steven Montez. It's just, he has a lot to work with. He has a lot to work on. That's all. Hopefully he does impress the combine, because he has potential to do that, and that'll really help his draft stock. But that decision making really, really needs to be improved. And if anyone's thinking, oh, he's not accurate, but maybe he can be like a Tristan Hill situation, he's not as athletic as Tristan Hill. He's just not. He's big. He's 6'5", 230 pounds. So maybe a position change might be able to work, but I don't know. But anyway, I think that's going to be it for this video. If you liked it, I'd appreciate you hitting that like button. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comments down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.